Alright, now what I was saying was the MC909, which came out just, you know, not too much later than the RS. Yo, that sucker chops like this, like lightning. You know what I'm saying? And I'm bugging like, yo, why this chop take so long to chop? And MC909 is quick at chopping. But alright, enough of that. You know what I'm saying? It takes a while to chop, so I'm not gonna use this whole sample. I'm gonna go into sample edit. You see the step where it says, you know, where you can round off to the nearest 1,000, 10,000, whatever. I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna just use half of this. So I'm just using this portion. You know what I'm saying? I'm not using this whole thing. I'm using just this portion. Alright, so now that I see that, I'm going to sample edit. Keep pressing it till you get to the job list and you're gonna see extract. Alright? What extract does is extract will take just this portion and delete this. This will be gone forever. It's going to just take this portion and spread it out on this whole screen, but it's going to delete this forever. This is gone forever. So make sure that when you extracting, that you extracting and you know that you're going to extract, you're going to lose a part. All right. Addition, blah, extract. Now when I go back, all right, it's just this part in here now. So when I press the button, you ain't going to hear the whole thing. See that? That was the loop. Alright, it's automatically looping, so whatever. Because I'm not using it as a loop anyway. Sample edit. Now I'm going to go into the slice mode. That said sample edit as well. So now you go into the slice mode. Right, and you slice. Now, it's asking you what you slice. You're slicing this. Blah. Alright. There are different slice types. Beat 1, 2, and 3 are for drums. It slices very well on drums, beat 1, 2, and 3. The sensitivity is how sensitive, how tight you want them drums to be cut up. Alright? Now, what we slicing is music. We slicing sounds. You know, keyboards, brass, whatever. You know, obviously. What I usually slice on is phrase 4. The reason I slice on phrase 4 is because at the tail end of every sample, there's going to be some reversed piece of the sample at the end. And that gives you some extra notes and sounds to play with. And yo, that's the funny part about the RS, about that part. That part right there is very unique. I don't think there's any other machines that do that actually. Subdivide. When you subdivide, if you're slicing music, if you're slicing guitars and stuff, you see it says 1-to-1 ratio. When you slice this, it's going to slice 4 times. The 4 times, the 4 bars that you see up here, it's going to be on these 4 buttons. If I slice it 8 times, it's going to be on these 8 buttons. It's always going to start from E0 and go up. Alright? You can slice all the way up to whatever this is, 64 times. Alright? What I'm going to do is I'm going to slice it 8 times. Alright? Audition, blah. So now it's chopping. Alright? Now this is the part I was talking about. The chop is very slow depending on what you're chopping. Some things are very quick, some things are very slow. The longer the sample, the longer it's going to take to chop. That's the bottom line. This is usually going to take around, I say 40 seconds to a minute of chopping. Right now it's at 20. Alright, also make sure that, like I said with the E0, make sure that the notes are on E0. So when you go into your sample, because you're not going to be able to turn anything after the chop is done. You're not going to be able to use any of these parameters until you okay the slice. You have to find out how long that's gonna you have to find out if you like those slices or not. If you don't like those slices, you got to redo them. All right, that's the bottom line. But just remember that you cannot use these knobs until you find out what you like. Alright, so now it's done. So now I'm gonna show you. See that? Nothing works. You have to create that. So now I'm gonna create that, but first let me show you. You hear that? what we're going to do now is we're going to create that. Replace track 16? No, I'm not replacing track 16. The reason why I'm not replacing track 16 is because that sample was the original. Alright? Put it on track 15. Okay, on track 15. Alright, it's done. Now when I come out, as you see, it's on track 15. Alright, now I go to track 15 and I can play with it. If I don't like what I'm doing, I delete it, I go back to track 16 and I chop it again. I know y'all seen my video 3 beats, 1 sample. As because that's just how I made those 3 beats. Like I have a 4th beat now actually. I would put that 1 sample on a card, right? And then I would chop it on 15, make a beat out of it, chop it, you know what I'm saying? Take it, you know, save that beat, take it, go into it again, chop it a different way or something, make a new beat out of it, and you can just keep doing that with this one little piece. This one little piece. You just can't just keep doing that. I got a few things saved on memory cards, you know, I always, you know, constantly sometimes go back to it and chop it again a different way just to see how I can get out of it. That's a good workflow. And most of them are all on track 16. You know what I'm saying? Now track 15 is the chop, obviously. So now you can play with it. Alright, the fun part now is using the sawtooth. That's the fun part, using the sawtooth. You know what I'm saying? You can also throw on the doggone master effects. Hear that? That's ring mode. So now all these effects that's in ring mode, all these effects that's in the master effects, if you needed to just get one of those pieces and just assign it to one button, you just go to your regular effects. And all these effects here is here for individual buttons, not the whole mix. You know what I'm saying? You can just go in here and look for it and assign it, and you can rock it that way. Because I've done a few beats like that, where I heard something, I said, oh, okay, let me just assign that to just the kick drum and see how it sounds. And it will come out fresh. You know what I'm saying? Come out fat. So now I'm going to go into the sample edit. Now, everything you touch, every time you touch a key, the graph come up for that particular note, that particular sound. Alright, so now let's get into making a beat or something, you know what I'm saying? Right now I'm just mess around, play around with it, see what I can get out of it, you know. Alright, the sample parameters. Sample edit. You can come in here and take pieces of the sample, and you can extract these individual notes as well. You know what I'm saying? And it saves you some memory on the memory card. If you want to know how much memory you got, you press shift and hold it, and then you press utility, and it'll show you how much your sequence memory have and how much your wave memory have, your sample wave memory. It'll show you how much is free and how much is recordable. Alright? Hold shift, press utility. That's how you get that.